Shut up and sit down.
So, hello and welcome to an update on Project Padfoot Mr2. If you've been following Padfoot's build over the last couple of months, you'll realise how much work I've put into this car and what I've done to it. The entire brake system has been rebuilt. Front calipers, rear calipers, handbrake cables, discs, pads all round. Well, when I got the car, I had no handbrake. One cable was seized up, one was working. But the handbrake calipers actually worked. But because all the boots were damaged, all the slide boots were damaged, and the dust boots were damaged, I chose to put brand new calipers on this car. Let's see if I can show you. In there is a brand new caliper, one on each side. Threw it together, and initially I had a handbrake with all the brand new components. But now, since I've been using the car, I've only got a handbrake on the left hand side. I've got no handbrake on the right hand side. So I thought that was really weird. Why is one working and one not? But the foot brake is perfect. So said new calipers, I pulled off the car and I slid the pistons out. And what I discovered was I've got in the right hand side of the car a left hand piston and a left hand adjuster, so it's not adjusting the handbrake up on this side of the car, and that's supposedly a brand new caliper. You can't get the calipers wrong. You can't put a left on the right and a right on the left. It's impossible because of the design of the caliper. So I've had a caliper that's been assembled incorrectly at factory. So what I'm doing at the moment is I've been through all my scrap calipers. I've got probably 5 or 6 sets of calipers for this car. So I've been through all my parts, found the best castings, the best pistons, and I took them all apart. Every single caliper was stripped to its bare component. But every one of the calipers was a genuine Toyota caliper. So you can see where I'm up to here. I've now got them partially assembled using all genuine Toyota parts, but admittedly old Toyota parts, but all the components work. I'm still waiting for a few bits to turn up so I can finish assembling them. These are the best of the slide rubbers that I've got. I've put them on for now on both calipers because they're so easy to change, but I can't go any further because I need, let's just turn that caliper over and I'll show you. That I need a new dust boot, not for this caliper. That's a good dust boot, there's nothing wrong with it, but I need a new dust boot for this caliper. I've got to replace all the slide rubbers on that caliper, but I've got them coming. I am going to replace them because I've got, like I said, I've got new ones coming, but I'm only doing them because they're in the kit that comes with the new dust boot. But I know when I put them back together, I've got all the correct components for a left-hand caliper and all the correct components for a right-hand caliper. And I'm using genuine Toyota pistons and adjusters. That's a good piston, and that piston is 23 years old. That's the one I'm going to use in the caliper that hasn't got a piston in at the moment. That goes with that. But that piston came out of another body. Basically what I've done is used all the best parts that I had out of all the old calipers to build two good calipers up. And then them two calipers that are on the car now, because they're still under warranty, they got 12 months warranty on them, they're going back because they're not right. But what I will know is I've got two properly rebuilt calipers using all genuine Toyota parts. And the only non-Toyota parts are going to be that dust seal, all these rubbers. They're the only things that won't be genuine Toyota. But I'll be happier having them calipers on the car, knowing they're going to work better than the ones I've got now. So that's where we're up to with Project Padfoot at the moment. Still chasing handbrake problems, but that's an MR2 thing. Handbrake on these things is optional. It's a bit like indicators on a BMW. Unless somebody who ticks the option box, you don't get indicators on a BMW. And I think MR2s were the same in the factory. Unless you actually tick the box to say I want a handbrake, I don't think you actually got one. Well, not one that worked properly anyhow. Might have worked when they were brand new, but as these things have got older and older and older, and people don't maintain them properly, then things stop working. But that's where we're up to at the moment. We're playing with brakes again. I've got to get them working. I want them to work. You need a handbrake, because if I'm looking for somewhere to park this when I'm going out, I can't park it on a hill. I have to park it somewhere flat. And you can spend ages looking for a parking space where it's not going to roll away. And that's the last thing I want, is it rolling into somebody's car. I've got to get these calipers working. I've got to get the handbrake working. It's that simple. So when the bits arrive, I'll build them calipers up. I'll show you me building the calipers up with all old components, but genuine Toyota. Because I still think genuine parts, even though they're new, even though they're old 20-odd-year-old components, are better quality than any of the aftermarket stuff. The genuine Toyota parts are so good. So I've got Padfoot reversed into the workshop at the moment. I'm not going to lift her up in the air yet, but I will do. I'll stick them on my lift, and that'll lift the whole back of the car up so I can work on them both together. And then hopefully I'll have a handbrake. Does anybody want to hear a cold start? This has been sat in here now for about 2 weeks. Let's do a cold start. She's out of gear. Just listen to that. Stone cold engine. It's like a little Swiss sewing machine. 24 years old. 130,000 miles. Doesn't leak any oil, doesn't burn any oil. You can't ask for more than that, can you? What a brilliant little engine. What a brilliant car. The last of the simple cars before all the electronics took over. Brilliant, brilliant little car. Underrated cars. Now, thanks for watching. That's just a little update of where we're up to with Project Padfoot.